Hello everybody and welcome back to FM23 with a Youth Academy Guiseley save, and let's first off address the elephant in the room. My maths in the last episode was horrendous. Yes, it was. I did say it was in the evening. I did say I just finished work. I did say work was getting busy. It's no excuse to get that sort of maths wrong. I apologise to everyone, my parents, myself, the viewers, the audience. I've let myself down as an engineer that maths was horrendous. Right, moving on. It's the final game of the season. Loads to play for because at the moment we're staying in the Premier League. Yes, hello everyone. Welcome back to the Guiseley save, and it is 16th versus 20th. We're taking on the bottom team in the league, Stoke, who have 24 points. So we've all absolutely obliterated Derby's record. Apologies, Joe, but that 11 points was awful. Yeah, we have 35 points from 37 games. If we win this game, we have 38 points from 38 games, which is, the Kev ratio, 1 point per game, which is generally enough to always keep you in a division. But it's not as easy as that because we are far enough away from Stoke and Plymouth that we definitely can't finish bottom of the Premier League. The worst we can finish is 18th, but Crystal Palace and Wolves both have to win for us to, and we have to lose for us to finish in that position. A draw at home to bottom of the table Stoke is enough to keep us up, which is great. Crystal Palace are taking on... Oh, in fact, if we just go to... I could have just gone to the Premier League and fixtures, couldn't I? Let's just do it that way so that we can see who everyone's playing, fixtures and results. Here we go. So, as my phone clicks off in the background, Plymouth are playing Chelsea. So you'd like to think that Chelsea will beat Plymouth in that one. And Crystal Palace are at home to Southampton, who are chasing nothing. 56 points for them. They're just chasing Premier League money. The most they can get is 59, which isn't enough to catch Liverpool. But actually looking at the table there, Liverpool can still get into 5th if they win and Man United lose. Leicester can still get 5th. Newcastle can get 5th. The top 4 is secure with Everton, West Ham, Chelsea and Man City securing that. But Everton could go to 2nd. West Ham and Chelsea could win the league, although the goal difference from Man City suggests they're probably going to win it. So quite a lot going on this last day. Stoke are bottom. They can't do any better than that. Plymouth could stay up, but they've got to beat Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Crystal Palace could stay up. They've got to beat Southampton at home. And for both of those to stay up, we have to lose at home to Stoke, which, isn't unthinkable. That definitely could be a thing. There's a little bit of other news to talk about as well. As ever, we'll go and look at the finances. £43 million. We should be seeing a little bit of an increase on that as well, given where we're going to finish at the end of this season. Even if we don't finish bottom, we're still going to get a payout from the Premier League, so that is good. That is really good. We have another foreign affiliate. This time we've gone with Roda JC in the Netherlands. Yes, we've gone Roda JC Kakada, which I think is the Roda JC youth team, basically, which I went with them. They had the best sort of training facilities and academy facilities and stuff around what we thought. So yeah, we've gone with them. So we may get a few Dutch players coming through as well as our Portuguese players from Biamara. Thank you all for the people that have messaged me on Patreon or left a comment or something like that to say which player you want going forward. We'll sort all that out in the pre-season after this episode. And then the final thing to catch you up on is that if we look at the profile here, very, very soon we are going to have 20 for training facilities, 20 for junior coaching, 20 for youth recruitment, and it's just a case of upping those youth facilities as well, which is it's getting good. You can see our reputation is now national. We are now 3.5 stars. I've read the stars right, people, as well. That was another bugbear that we had in the previous episode. We have an estimated value of 119 million, and we are a rich team. So to get us in this position of quite a lot of odd results after, I think we should be safe because I don't see Chelsea losing at home. So that's sort of suggesting we're safe, I think. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Obviously, yes, after the fantastic run of 5 unbeaten games, we did lose to Man City 4-0 and then Liverpool 5-0, so the big team still battering us around. A 1-1 draw with Watford and then a 1-1 draw with Wolves weren't too bad. Supreme Dave with a penalty gave us the lead in that one, but Manuel Solomon scored for Wolves. And then a 3-0 win over Man United, which was absolutely insane. What I love about this, Supreme Dave, Jake Mills and Graham Cox all on the score sheet. Jan Petric was man of the match. If we go and have a look at this one, 10 shots to 25, 5 on target to their 12. We had an XG of 1.85, so we should have scored around about just under 2 goals. So 2 goals at most, but we scored 3. Man United should have scored 3.5, so rounding it up to 4. They didn't score any and they missed a penalty. So, yeah, Jan Petric having an absolute wonderful game. And it shows this formation can allow us to play against really good teams and still get results if we take our chances. And that's what we've been talking about, is just taking our chances. But yeah, we've got to rotate the team. We pull out people that are tired. We put in fresh legs unless people are playing well, and then we don't, because Football Manager is generally algorithms and maths about how the team are performing. But yes, we need to just draw with Stoke and we are staying in the Premier League. So I think we don't really talk about anything else. We go into it and then we just get the result we need, and then we do a quick end of season review and see what's happening. Lots of love, by the way, lots of love for Carlos Victoriano, the goalkeeper. He's done all right. He played 1 game for us and conceded 5. He played against Liverpool. It was chucking him in the deep end because Jan Petric was injured and Louis Cromax on his way out. So yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting. Kennedy Joseph, just before we get to the game, is now happy to stay at the club, but because he's already decided he's going to explore his options at the end of his contract, I keep trying to get him to sign a new contract, but he's still not interested. So I'm hoping that if we stay in the Premier League, he will renegotiate, because he has been pretty damn good. Easily one of our best players, a 6.72 on a relegation season. Only 2 goals. We're really not scoring from set pieces like we used to. But yeah, it will be interesting to see what happens. Right, I'll go and pick the team, and then we'll come back to go through that lineup and take on Stoke City in the final game of our first season in the Premier League. And what a season it's been, to be honest. What a season it's been. Let's go and see if we can get that draw. Hopefully a win, but let's see if we can go and get the draw that we need to stay in the Moneybags division. Okay, so only a few changes from what we've been doing previously. So Jan Petric in goal, obviously. Leek at right back. Joseph Donkor comes back in, which means Jay Leach can go back to left back and Jeff Hogg drops to the bench. Connor keeps his place as club captain for the final game of the season in the anchor role. Gareth Earl comes in at right wing. Crimson Mori and Anchapon keep their positions. Andrew Neeson moves into the shadow striker role because Supreme Dave is suspended, and Jake Mills keeps his place as our one of the most advanced 2 players that we have in the team. On the bench, we've got Graham Cox, Hayworth, 2 very good central midfielders for our squad. Joe Page comes up from the youth team to get a place on the bench. 23-year-old Joe Page. He may be getting a new player at the end of the season. Not quite progressed as we would have liked when we gave you that name, Joe, but we'll see how it goes. Saunders Anderson is a centre-back who is young, not amazing, not much potential, but has been having a handful of games for us this season because, well, we just needed centre-backs, to be honest. Plummer is up there, the young right-back. Again, not overly brilliant, but has quite a lot of potential. 14 appearances for us in the league, not playing brilliantly, but, needs must. And all that. Jeff Hogg we know about, Father Todd we know about, Cromac, this will be his final game at Guiseley, and Okello, who is a right-sided right winger, right back or right winger, obviously right-sided player is what I was trying to say. Again, had a fair bit of potential, not too much, probably going to be his final season at the club. 3 appearances, a 7.2, he hasn't done badly actually when he's played, so if he has another good maybe time off the bench for this, who knows, maybe a new contract for him. But there is going to be a big clear out in the summer. We've got a lot of players that haven't progressed how we would have liked, getting to the end of their career, which is weird when you think about we haven't signed anyone. So there will be quite a lot of players, I think, released. And we've got so much money. If we need to pay contracts off, we can. It's really not a problem. But let's get into the game against Stoke, where we know all we need is a draw, but a win would be lovely. I don't think I'm really going to tell the team anything like that in the dressing room chat, in the pre-match amble, whatever you want to call it. I think we're just going to say we've got a home advantage, so let's go and make it count, to be honest. And we're going to tell them all with a pointed finger at their face that they can go and make us proud. We'll let the assistant manager go and do that. But here we go then. It is the 4-1-3-2 strikerless system that we're using. Connor still without a face. I don't know why. And Stoke are lining up in the 4-4-2, which we expected. Esposito, Badiani up front. Lara in goal, who has conceded quite a lot of goals this season. But there we go. Stoke are relegated. Everything else is still lots to play for. Chelsea, West Ham going for the title over Man City, but with their goal difference, it's really only Chelsea who have a chance, who are playing relegation-threatened Plymouth at... well, Chelsea have immediately gone behind, I'm going to say that is, because they've dropped to 71 points early doors. So at the moment, we are still in a good position. We're at home. Let's go to positive. Let's just up it a little bit. Jake Mills, free kick from deep, swings it in, headed away. Bandiani's there, back to Ben Araba, into Kamate. Ishio, back to the goalkeeper, Lara, who is going to try and play it out from the back. Halleck goes long, it's up there, it's a good header. Anchipong picks it up, turns, goes back to Justice Donkor, into Joseph. Joseph brings it out from the back. Jake Mills into Earl round the corner, looking for Crimson Mori, who's robbed the defender. He squares it. Andrew Neeson! Come on, it's 1-0 Guiseley. And we're immediately going to take it off positive that we went to, because I don't think that's even affected it. And Andrew Neeson scores. He's been playing right wing and shadow striker, but he looks like a very good player, and it's always good when Patreons come in and do well. And Crimson Mori robbed the defender. Lovely, unselfish play from Crimson Mori, the central midfielder. Squared it to Andrew Neeson, and that is 1-0 Guiseley, and it's a lovely, lovely start to this very important game in the relegation battle of the Premier League. Leach does well. Anchipong into Donkor. Connor back to Joseph. And this is where we do keep the ball really well. Leak. Oh, I should stop saying that. Leak wins it back. Lovely stuff. Back to Jan Petrick. Up to Jay Leach. Honestly, I don't know who's going to be player of the season this year. It could be Crimson Mori. It could be Jan Petrick in goal. It could be Justin Donkor. It could be a host of players for us this year, because we've had some good performances. Nothing massively stand out given we're in a relegation battle, but probably Jan Petrick has had our most standout performances, as Leach is robbed at the back. Bandiano into Esposito, who dinks it under Jan Petrick, just as I'm positive in building him up. We're going to go back to positive again. 1-1 isn't dreadful for us, but it was a header from Joseph. Leach, I think, just took a little bit too long on the ball. Yeah, Bandiani robbed him, just put it the wrong side of Joseph, and it's 1-1 in this game, as Crystal Palace are jumping Wolves and currently have safety in that one. Anchipong into Leak. Leak, can he put a cross in? He finds Jake Mills, cuts it back to the edge, but Connor couldn't get there, and Mendes brings it away, and Stoke may have a few people. We've got numbers back now, which is good, but Benraba is there into Bandiani. Good block on that. Connor misses his header, and it's cleared away from Justice Donkor, and Connor was trying to head that back to his goalkeeper and just missed it, and Esposito nearly got in there. Jake Mills holds it up, gets around a couple of players, into Leach, up to Neeson again. Neeson is tackled, but Anchipong takes over. Leach, Crimson Mori, up to Jake Mills. There's a man on the right, but he's put the ball through to Anchipong. Squares it to Neeson! He's got his second of the game, his sixth goal of the season. It's 2-1 to Guiseley on the half-hour mark. And that, if ever I've seen it, deserves some praise, because we did really well to hold on to the ball. I thought we were going to keep moving it to the right with this overload here, but Jake Mills picked the pass, and again, it's unselfish, and Neeson just rifles it past the keeper, Lara, and that is 2-1 with half an hour gone. This is looking all right now, isn't it? Leach, Anchipong. Leach swings across in. Levchuk. Well, that's not a very good clearance. And Lara's come a long way out. Oh, cuts it back. Jake Mills. Oh, it was Edwards that blocked the first and the second shot. And it's going to be a corner. And Anchipong's going to take this one. And Anchipong swings it in towards the near post. Joseph with a header, but Lara with some good hands to hold on. And it's all spicing up a little bit here at the top of the table. Chelsea back into second place. West Ham in third. Only a bit of movement in the middle. Southampton dropping down, suggesting they're losing in their game. I think they were playing... was it Wolves that Southampton were playing? I'm not too sure. Donkor over the top looking for Anchipong. Anchipong in behind, cuts it back. Jake Mills is not going to win that header. As Andrew, this is why we try and play low crosses, because our strikers our shadow strikers aren't quite the tallest. Crimson Mori, Andrew Neeson, ball through. Gareth Earl, who's picked up a little bit of a knock, cuts it back. Jake Mills, it's 3-1. His 8th goal of the season. Gareth Earl with a little bit of a knock, still manages to find the cross. And that is a lovely bit of footwork. Great header at the back from Joseph. Crimson Mori into Neeson over the top. Andrew Neeson involved in everything in this game. Gareth Earl cuts it back across and Jake Mills left-footed finish. 3-1 to the home team, Guiseley. Surely we're going to be safe from here. Connor, Neeson, tackled by Hallett. Mauer takes over into Ishio. Ishio into Bandiani. Bandiani to Edwards. Edwards cuts it back to Ishio. We get men back, but Exposito makes it 3-2. So it's not completely safe. I thought we'd got a foot in on that, but Bandiani laid it back to Edwards. Edwards cut it square. I thought Crimson Mori did win it, but he kicked it against Ishio. It fell to Exposito, and that is 3-2. But we go into half-time, and we do have the lead. So I think we just keep it positive, and we go, look, I'm happy with the shots. I'm happy with what we're doing. We've got the better XG. We're being the better team. Let's give them a bit more praise. Keep morale high. As someone said, it's the return of morale manager for Football Manager this year. And at the moment, we're in a pretty good spot. Shaptu, Kamate, Levchuk. We could always drop this back to balanced as well, just to give us a little bit more shape. As Exposito into Bandiani. Joseph does well. Jake Mills. Back to Leek. Leek looks out towards Gareth Earl, who's not going to win that one. Levchuk with the header into Bandiani. Bandiani to Edwards. Edwards to Mauer. Ball through Bandiani. Exposito. Great save from Jan Petrick. And I think we are going to just drop this down to balance. We'll get some fresh legs on in a minute as well, as it is 3-2 to the home team. And Ishio is going to take the corner. Swings this one in, and good header away there, I think, from Jay Leach. And right, let's have a quick look then on the hour mark. So Gareth Earl picked up a knock. His injury's affecting him, but he's playing really, really well, and he's not too unfit. What a thigh injury. I mean, last game of the season. Let's leave him on. No one's playing badly, and no one's that tired at the moment. I think we leave it as it is. I think we don't need to make the changes if we don't need to. Let's just give him a little bit of encouragement, which might be the wrong thing to say. But with 20 minutes to go, I think we now need to start thinking about fresh legs. Connor in the middle on a 7, having a good game. Uninterested after the feedback, so the feedback wasn't brilliant. Right, we're going to do John Leek for not whoever just came on there. That was Father Todd, sorry. We're not going to do Okello, who's going to come on, because he's done all right in the appearances he's made so far. I just don't want to take off these people that are playing well. So like Crimson Mori on a 7.4. I mean, we could do Connor for Hayworth. I think having a good game, I want to keep him on. Anyone that's having a good game, I just don't feel like we take them off at the moment with 15 minutes to go. I think going to balance has helped us out because we've just taken a bit of tempo out of the game. 5 minutes to go. I mean, have they bought any? They've bought on a centre mid, left back, and maybe a left winger. Okay, so the left wing we've bought on a right back, so that's okay. Let's bring on Jeff Hogg. We're going to shore up the defence bit a little bit. Jeff Hogg on. Justin Doncourt playing okay, a little bit tired. I think Gareth Earl, we've kept you on for this much. We'll keep you on for the remainder of the game. We're going to do Connor now for Hayworth in that role. And yeah, let's get fresh legs on in the middle. So Crimson Mori off. Leaves us with one more sub, which we'll do as a sort of time-wasting sub in a couple of minutes. But fresh legs on. We are going into 3 minutes of added time. And I think we're going to... Gareth Earl's going to stay on. Gareth Earl is going to stay on. He's playing really well. He's probably going to get man of the match. He's been amazing. The front two have been good. Can we see this out? This is all we need, and it is full time, and we are staying in the Premier League with a win as well. Lovely, lovely stuff. The goals sort of matched the XG. Shots were equal. We had one more on target, and then we absolutely dominated that first half, and then we shut it down in the second half, managed it really well. I think we did the right thing with subs. And we're in the Premier League for another season. You did the job I asked of you. Well done. I'm a happy manager. Come on. Yes, it's amazing how a stupid video game can make you so happy. We're in the top flight for another season. Look, I'm absolutely delighted. In what was labelled a huge match, your team certainly... It's a brilliant feeling. It's an absolute brilliant feeling. And going down is Stoke, Plymouth and Crystal Palace. So Wolves, hold on, there's no change. We finished 6 points above Wolves and Crystal Palace. 6 points above safety is pretty good. Crystal Palace lost 3-1 to Plymouth. Chelsea smashed Plymouth 3-0. What is going on? I'm too excited. Chelsea smashed Plymouth 3-0. Crystal Palace lost 3-1 to Southampton. And Wolves lost 3-1 to Spurs. So we could have lost the game. We still would have been up. But that is superb to go out on a win. Leicester leapfrog Man United into 5th. Man City wrap up the title with a win, I assume. West Ham beat Newcastle, but it wasn't enough to get them into the top 2. And yeah, that is superb. Bloody hell, we're getting another year of Premier League money. Come on. Come on. That is superb. Gareth Earl did get man of the match. A great performance. He had a bruised thigh, so I'm glad we left him on. Man City are champions. We get 9.6 million for staying in the Premier League. That we pay out 500k. Wow, our bonuses were minuscule. Gareth Earl, player of the week as well. And Anchapong gets £42,500 for staying in the Premier League. He's the only one that we gave that bonus to because no one else believed in it. But that is absolutely superb. In the Premier League then, Guiseley finished 16th. 16th in the Premier League. That is unbelievable. It is so good. Man United somehow do get... Oh no, Conference League. Man United get the Conference... I was like, how do they get the Champions League? But it's not. That's Conference League. But yeah, Man City, Chelsea, West Ham, Everton in the Champions League. Leicester in the Europa League. Man United have the Conference League. Newcastle are going to get European football, but I think it's going to depend on maybe one of the European competitions. We must have a team in the final. Going down, Crystal Palace, Plymouth and Stoke. Who do we know that's coming up automatically? The semi-finals will be Derby v Brighton, West Brom v Bournemouth. But looking at the league table, then Norwich are coming up and Middlesbrough are coming up with them as well. Going down into League One, Hull, Wigan and Barnsley are dropping down as well. So, wowzers, there we go. We've done it. We end the season with £52.5 million in our bank balance. That is just going to keep going up because we have another season in the Premier League. I know we said we're going to do an end of season review, but to be honest, this has gone on long enough. I'm knackered. I'm too excited. I'm going to make loads of errors if we go through it. The only thing I'm interested in is seeing who will probably get... It is probably going to be Jan Petric getting the only sort of above 7. I assume he's going to get player of the season, but... Yeah, top goal scorer then, Crimson Moira with 8, Jake Mills with 8, Supreme Dave with 8, lovely stuff. Top assister, 10 for Achapong. He is proving his value for this club and doing a really, really good job. So hopefully, not too many changes to the first starting 11, because that team, once it's settled and we got the morale sorted, we went on a pretty good run. I think if you take in, after that FA Cup loss to Wickham, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games, of which we won 7 of them. So that's pretty good, to be honest. This stint in the middle was horrendous. That's the morale where it all went sort of wrong. And we started the season, we had 3 very tough games to start. The win against Stoke boosted us a little bit. We got a couple of draws. We beat Plymouth, which was crucial. And then we beat Plymouth again, which was really crucial. So... it's not going to be easy next season. It's going to be tough. But we have another season in the Premier League. Let's ask very quickly. Let's ask the board if they will invest in anything. A B, because we haven't signed people and we haven't scored from set pieces. Absolutely sod off, you guys. Absolutely sod off. Right, facilities, no. Finances, we can't do anything really there. Networking, we can't do anything there at the moment. Personal, stadium, we're expanding it and I don't want to do anything with the staff. So... oh, there we go. We are Premier League. We're staying up. And next season, it's another league season in the Moneybag League, the Premier League, where in theory, our balance should get to around about 100 million. So let's see how that works out. But thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Leave a like, subscribe, comment, Patreon, channel membership, all that good stuff. I always forget to do it early on in the video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in season 27. For now, I'm out. Cheers.